Welcome back. This is, of course, Morning Glory. I'm Mike Graham. Peter Bleksley is here with me. We've got plenty to do. We've got loads and loads of great messages coming in as well. Let's get a voice note from Sue on a national inquiry.
Hi, Mike. This is Sue. I don't think Labour want... they obviously don't want a... independent investigation. I think because this runs really deep, I think it will implicate a lot of people in positions of power, Labour MPs, Labour councillors, people working for Labour-run councils in positions of power with access to vulnerable people. I think that's why Labour don't want it.
I think that's probably very true. Got this from Sarah near Plymouth, who says, I hope British people such as these poor women and girls abused by Pakistani rape gangs claim asylum in a safer, more respectful country. Now, there's an interesting point. Let's talk, speaking of other safer and more respectable countries, let's talk about Bangladesh, shall we? Tulip Siddiq has apparently referred herself to a watchdog over use of flats linked to her despotic family, who used to run Bangladesh in what can only be described as a rather corrupt manner.
Yeah, Tulip Siddiq's aunt, Sheikh Hasina, was an authoritarian former leader of Bangladesh.
Indeed.
You got any aunts that are authoritarian leaders?
I haven't got any like that, no. I had an aunt once that lived in Long Island in New York, and I was very disturbed to find out that she didn't live in the rich part of Long Island. She lived in the quite poor part of it.
Did she massacre any of her political opponents?
No, she didn't.
Because it's alleged that...
She didn't buy any flats in London either.
No, right. Well, here we go. Flats, you see. So Tulip... Siddiq and her aunt. There's been a dispute running for some time about how Tulip Siddiq came to own a flat in London.
Yes.
You see. And at some point, she told the Mail on Sunday that the flat wasn't a gift, but that her parents had bought it for her.
Okay.
Right? You know?
Right.
I mean, because...
That's not a gift, then?
No, but of course not. And it's easy to confuse, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if somebody buys something.
So when your parents buy something for you and they give it to you, that's not a gift?
I mean, their parents just buying it for you, clearly.
Right.
I mean, come on. Your parents bought you loads of flats, didn't they? You know, don't they all? Anyway, she said that she's not deliberately misled, but her understanding of how she gained this property has changed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now, let me think. Now, the house that my wife and I own and live in, we're clear about how we own it.
How did you get that, then?
There's never been... Well, we went to an estate agent years ago.
Yes.
Said, can we go and look at that house?
Yeah.
Went and viewed it.
Right.
Liked it. Made an offer on it, which was accepted.
Right. Applied for a mortgage.
Put down a deposit.
Yeah.
Got a mortgage.
Right.
Worked very hard and paid that mortgage off not so long ago.
Okay.
That's how we gained our property. We've never been confused about how we gained that property.
No.
So I'm very concerned that members of Parliament, ministers, can be confused about how they gain properties. I just hope that somebody lives long enough to oversee her dealings, her affairs, when perhaps the property is sold, for example. You know, capital gains tax.
Yes.
Is she going to pay any of that?
They don't like that in the Labour Party, do they? Angela Rayner didn't fancy doing any of that
It's
either.
a media job to keep very close tabs on people like this.
Right.
Because, I smell a rat.
Yes, I smell several rats. She says, I am clear that I have done nothing wrong. Right?
Yeah.
She's the... anti-corruption minister, by the way.
Yeah.
She says, however, for the avoidance of doubt, I would like you to independently establish the facts about these matters. Because I always do that. You know, when I get home sometimes at the end of the day, I can't exactly remember how everything worked out and how it all happened. So what I do is I ring up an independent individual and ask them to examine what it is that I've just done to make sure I haven't done anything wrong. Because I can never be sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've done nothing wrong, but I always phone a friend to say, could you just check out whether I've done anything wrong?
Like you, I'm always reporting myself.
Yeah.
to the Independent Committee of Bleksley Behaviour.
Yeah, exactly right.
To see whether I've misbehaved or not.
Mrs. Bleksley can have a view on some of that. She can help you out with that.
She presides over all such
Now,
matters.
here's an interesting wrinkle to this, of course, because old Sir Keir, free gear, two-tier, never hear Starmer, guess what? He went on a trip to Bangladesh in 2016, courtesy of a group strongly associated with Tulip Siddiq. And in fact, he was pictured meeting the woman in question, Ms. Hasina, you know, the serial killer of some of her own people. He met her in Bangladesh, and in 2022, he was also pictured meeting her in London once he had become leader of the opposition. Yeah. So he's got a bit of history with old Tulip Sadiq's auntie, who used to run a very authoritarian nation in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
I wonder whether there's any connection to this problem and his friendship with his former leader.
Should we launch an inquiry?
I think we should.
Shall we?
I'm pretty sure he's done nothing wrong.
No.
But for the avoidance of doubt, let's just refer it to somebody who knows better than we do.
Well, I'll contact number 10's press office this morning, and hopefully they'll tell me that he's already referred himself to the independent office of dodgy Bangladeshi contacts.
Meanwhile, Labour are constantly blaming foreign interference in the running of this country. They're saying, blimey, that Elon Musk, he's a right wrong one, isn't he?
Yeah.
We've got a Labour MP, Yasmin Qureshi, apparently saying foreign interference is to be blamed for a petition signed by 3 million people demanding a fresh general election. And that, of course, was a debate that was held yesterday in Parliament, where, once again, the Labour Party didn't bother showing up.
They do throw their toys out of the pram.
They're not happy, are they?
Over such minor, inconsequential things. If you were running the country, imagine, would you be bothered by such lightweight tittle-tattle?
No.
Would you actually get your knickers in a twist?
No.
Over the fact that some bloke who runs a boozer has started a petition online, which I think is hysterical and fair play to him.
And he had to apologise. This MP had to apologise to the bloke who started the petition, since he's not actually a foreigner. He actually lives here.
Yeah, exactly. And they get themselves in such a tiz over such minor things. Meanwhile, the roads are crumbling. They're full of potholes.
The railways aren't running because there's too much snow.
2 inches of snow. There's millions of people on completely unacceptable waiting lists on the NHS. There's no, guess what, growth in the economy.
There isn't.
Which Labour have promised us. We quite possibly are heading for a recession. The country's skin. Most people are miserable with the state of the country. But we're going to get the hump over a petition. I started a petition not so long ago.
Did you?
On that same government website, I applied to, and it was to ban the sale, manufacture and distribution of half and half scarves. Which are things that football
I agree with you
where
on
they
that.
have half
That
of
is
one
an
team
absolute travesty.
and half of the other.
Ridiculous.
And they're appalling things. They just shouldn't be allowed.
You should go with scissors and just cut them in half. And go, look, if you want that half, go take that one. If you want the other half, go over there.
So I started that petition in a similar sort of vein as I reckon this bloke who runs the pub did about the general election, except mine never got 3 million signatures.
No, well, never mind. That's because you're at QPR. You need a bigger team, I think, perhaps. Sorry to say that. Now, Justin Trudeau has shown the way, though, for Keir Starmer, because he announced yesterday that he was going to resign. Let's have a look.
So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader.
I think that's what you call a beta male, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
I intend to resign.
This is so funny, isn't it? Because, I mean, Donald Trump's gag about making Canada the 51st state was very, very funny.
It was funny.
Because America supplies Canada with hundreds of millions of dollars every year in aid and assistance and all that kind of stuff. And apparently Canada's economy is tanking. The place is an absolute...
Well, Trudeau has absolutely and utterly turned the Canadians against him somehow.